Alright, before I get into the video, I want to say a few things. Thank you viewer for taking the time to look at my video, it means a lot. Also make sure to subscribe if you are new here. Em doesn't like where I parked my ambulance whilst we were saving a life, so crashed her own car. Hello, I thought I would tell another tale from the weird and wonderful world of a UK ambulance service. Sorry guys, this is a long one. I work for an emergency ambulance service and have done for many years. This happened about 4 years ago. My crewmate and I were sent a call down to our computer/sat nav at about 2 p.m. one very warm and sunny shift. We were given just an address at first and that it was the highest category of calls, which means we had 8 minutes to get there, but no details on what the call was. This isn't unusual, they get an address first to save precious seconds sending us, then downgrade the job to a lower category if needs be once the details have come through. I'm driving whilst one of my favorite crewmates was in the passenger seat, so on go the blue lights and sirens to get through the building traffic. Then our dispatcher calls us up on the radio. Female mid-50s, CPR in progress. Well damn. We race like hell to get to this poor lady. Every minute counts when doing CPR, the longer it goes on the more risk of brain damage and less likelihood of getting the patient back. Luckily we weren't far off and got there very quickly. The lady lived in a very nice house on a well-off street. It was a typical crescent street, half-moon shaped with both ends of the road connecting to the same main road. There was a long line of cars parked on one side of the street, meaning that there was only enough room for one car to pass at a time. Thankfully there was no one driving the other way and I was able to drive to the lady's house without encountering anyone coming the other way. There was a rapid response car already on scene. That means we had another set of hands to help and they will have already taken all the equipment into the house, so we didn't have to. Because of all the parked cars I was unable to pull the big box van in to allow other drivers to pass, so I just blocked the road. Blue lights were still going but the sirens had been turned off. No use deafening ourselves whilst we work. We rush into the house and find our lady laid on the floor of her entrance hall, with my manager making sure that her airway was clear whilst the poor lady's daughter was continuing doing CPR. I quickly swap with the daughter and continue chest compressions whilst the other two went about doing all the other little things that need doing at this time. I will spare you all the medical details, but I will say that during chest compressions a heart is not working and has stopped, and we attempted to restart it whilst also pumping the blood around the body and to the brain enough that the patient doesn't get brain damage. Unfortunately CPR has a very low success rate, as other medical conditions usually cause issues as well. That day however everything was in our favor and we got a heart rhythm back. This is not the movies. She didn't suddenly wake up, sit up, thank us and go on her way. We had sorted the immediate problem but not what had caused the heart to stop. You need some very specialist doctors for that. It was at this point we all heard someone beeping like crazy on their car horn, but we were all busy and ignored the noise. As we had gotten a rhythm, it was now a race to get the lady into hospital to the doctors before it was lost again. I race back out to the ambulance to find some Karen in a car in front of my ambulance just sat beeping her horn angrily. As soon as she saw me she opened her window to shout at me. You need to move that ambulance. I need to pick up my kids from school. Don't you know how to park? You can't just block the road. Me ma'am, this is a medical emergency, I will not move and I am within my rights to park where I am. But I need to pick up my kids, you fucking cunt, so move. I would like to again point out that this was not a dead-end street. She could have easily reversed or turned around in someone's driveway and gone out the other side, but no, she decided to sit and shout at an ambulance instead. I ignore her, open the back of the ambulance and get the stretcher out and to the house, all while Karen is shouting and swearing at me. Karen, I deal with drunks and druggies at the weekend, you haven't even managed 1/3 of the bad language I get from them. I am not moving for you. My manager had heard the shouting but was busy, so didn't do much more than look up at me. I'm not showing signs of worry, so he just shrugs it off. He has been working with me for long enough to know I can handle most things. We quickly lift our patient onto the stretcher just outside her house, but the movement means that her already weak heart stops again. Damn. We start chest compressions again, and as we do we hear an almighty bang and the sound of metal scrapping on stone. Fuck, what has Karen done? As I'm stood nearest the road in the front garden, I am the only one who can see what's happened. I don't know how many people know this, but outside some British homes between the pavement and the road there is sometimes a patch of grass called a verge. Most people don't want strangers parking their cars on this verge and tearing it up, so go to all sorts of lengths to stop people from driving on it. Around here it is quite common to have large bits of concrete about the size and shape of half a yoga ball placed on the edges of the verge and painted white so that they are clearly visible. Can you see where this is going yet? Yep. Instead of doing the sane sensible thing of turning around or reversing, our dumb Karen had attempted to go around the ambulance by driving onto the grass verge at full speed, hitting one of these balls and actually going up onto it, beaching her car on the concrete. I could see her sat in the driver's seat shouting and hitting her steering wheel. My manager doesn't even look up from the patient he is working on. What's going on? Me, nothing boss, just some karma at work. I take over the chest compressions as we quickly roll the stretcher to the ambulance. I see the moment Karen sees us. She was red-faced until she turned her head towards us to see 3 ambulance workers doing CPR on Our Lady. I have never seen someone go so white so quickly. She shrinks down into her chair and tries to disappear as I just smirk at her. At this point both my crewmate and manager have seen the beached car. To be fair, it was hard to miss, and I heard a quiet "what the fuck" from my manager. We loaded the patient up, and just before we set off we got a pulse again. Yay! A very quick run into the hospital and some excellent work by the doctors meant that Our Lady was awarded a brilliant prognosis and able to leave the hospital not long after. Sorry, can't remember how long she was in for. To know what happened to Karen, maybe she is still there stuck for all eternity. Your dog is dying. Give me it. Insert comment about typing this on mobile. Backstory: about 2 months ago, my family got a black Labradoodle puppy. She's now 19 weeks old, she was born on Valentine's Day actually, and doing very well. This happened while I was taking her out on a walk through some local fields. Cast. Me, I'll let you decide. M, entitled mother. K, kid, looked around 10-ish. S, shopkeeper, owned a cafe at the top of the hill. So I'd taken our dog out on a walk in some fields near our house, and there's a path that leads up to a cafe that overlooks the hills nearby. My dog was drinking from a water bowl outside and I was sitting on a bench, browsing on my phone. Enter M, stage left. M and K climbed over some steps and came towards the cafe. Now I need to point out that my puppy is very overly friendly and thinks everybody we meet is a member of the family, and she loves to run up to people we meet to get strokes. I felt her pulling on the lead, so I got up and let her walk over to say hello. K, aw, he's so cute. Can I stroke it? Me, she's a girl, and yes, she loves meeting new people. M had been looking at the dog with caution, which I didn't think much of, as obviously some people are scared of dogs. My puppy didn't seem to be bothering her much anyway. M, are you sure it's safe to be walking her in this weather? It's been the hottest it's been all year in the UK this week. Me, yeah, she's fine with warm weather, loves it. M, but what if she gets heat stroke or gets ill? I don't think you should be walking her in this weather. Me, as I said, she's fine walking in this weather because her coat is designed to keep her cool. Labradoodles can have either normal or double-coated fur. She is double-coated. M, no she's not. We have a dog at home and you should never take them out while it's this hot without shaving their coat. K, but mom, we don't even have a. M, shut up K. K just shrugged it off and went back to playing with my dog. M, look how much she's panting. She's not well, give me the dog now. She put her hands out so I could give her the lead. Me, what the hell, no. As I've already said, he coat is designed like this so she doesn't overheat. You can't have her. Bull. Then tried grabbing the lead out of my hand. This was made even more hilarious by the fact that K and my puppy were pretty much oblivious to this all and were still playing. It was at this point that S came out as he'd heard the commotion. S, what's going on out here? Me, T. Thank God. This boy stole our dog and is trying to kill it? Me, that's not true. I was letting her drink and this lady is trying to take her away because she says I'm going to give her heat stroke. It's important to mention we go on this route regularly, and we've talked to S a lot before. He looked at my dog and realized it was me. S, oh, hey op. Miss, I know this boy and if you don't leave him and his dog alone I will be calling the police. But. S, no buts, now go. Realized she'd been defeated and pulled on her son's arm to go. As they walked off, her son looked back at me, pointed at his mum and did the crazy hand movement with his hands. TLDR, woman who doesn't own a dog herself thinks she knows better than the owner, tries to steal a dog because it's apparently dying, and gets instant karma when she messes with the shopkeeper. No, your son can't have my gun. Equals you can shoot at me. Mobile, so sorry if it's hard to read, and grammar errors, first time poster, not so long lurker English not my main, yada yada you know the stuff. So, a little backstory. I have a friend that has an airsoft gun. I would bought it myself but law doesn't let me. In my country, you can't have airsoft weapons, accessories and stuff until you are 18. Yes, I know, it's kinda stupid but it's a firearm, at least that's what my government says. So my friend lets me shoot his in his backyard. And to his neighborhood recently moved with her plus or minus 10y/0 son. And he was a fan of airsoft. So, let's move on to the story, shall we? Cast. Me, the master idiot F, my friend M, you don't need this one NK, her son, not entitled. We were shooting at the cans of beer and sodas and whatever we drank when we hear doorbell. M and NK spawned. F, hello, how can I help you? M, oh, hi. We are new here and my son says he is a fan of airsoft. NK nods and always wanted to shoot an airsoft gun. And I'd like to ask what it is, because I never heard of it. I should now add that my friend got cops called on him few times due to people assuming he has a gun and is shooting in the backyard. You know, it happens sometimes. So he once went around the neighbors and told them that he has an A gun so they wouldn't call the cops. Since then, he never had that kind of visitors. F, well, maybe. How do you know I have an airsoft gun anyway? M, we saw you when we drove here. F, well. Okay. I don't mind if he shoots 1 or 2 mags. So they enter. Friend says some safety things and I run upstairs to find a spare airsoft glasses. When I come back, NK has my glasses on his face. Me, hey kiddo, these are my glasses, take these please. M mode activated, is it that big a problem? Me, well. No. M, then can't he keep them? Me, I guess he can. I don't mind that much anyway. I should address that I have problem with trust, naivety and small self-esteem. So I mostly go with whatever people are saying. Meanwhile I ask if M wants a coffee. She says yes and asks if I can make a tea for his son. I have no problem with it so I put some water to boil and go check out F and NK. The lil guy was pretty good. His aim wasn't bad, you can see he never held a gun but he wasn't bad. And F was helping him. Overall, he was a pretty nice kid. F borrowed him Electric Colt 1911, a great gun I must say. He didn't wanted to let him shoot from bigger guns because, A, it could be pretty heavy for him, B, they are expensive, C, he is kinda anxious about borrowing them. I know, it's boring so far, but gimme a sec. I must say that my friend owns M16A4 with underbarrel M203 grenade launcher. I paid for it and he has it in Posse Zion until I am old enough to own it legally. But I use it in his house. I call her Monica, don't ask why. M notices me taking Monica and going on to practice range. Can't he shoot this gun? Me, no, he can't. I don't borrow it to anyone except F. M, aren't you too young to own it? She then stands up and goes closer to me. Me, yes I am. And I don't own it? It's F's but I bought it? M, humph. Before we know it, it's 17:30/5:30 p.m. F, I'd like to ask you to leave because it's getting kinda late, but you are more than welcome to come back on Monday. NK, oh. Okay. Thanks for the practice and everything. Me, you are welcome kiddo, you are pretty good too. NK, thank you sir. Me, call me me. NK then goes to give back F's gun AMD glasses, but M stops him. M, can't he keep it? F, no he can't. M, but he was so nice and good with it, plus you have plenty of guns, I am sure you wouldn't miss one. F, I said no. It's expensive. He's also too young for it. M, so is your friend. He shouldn't have it. Me, I told you all guns are F's. I don't own any of this. At this time, me and F are pretty pissed. We just wanted to clean up and go to sleep. I was at sleepover that day. NK, Mom, stop. Let's just go home. M, okay. NK, come here. Then she did something unexpected. She took the gun NK had and started shooting at us with full clip of 33 BBs. Gun was on full auto BTW. Now, few of you could say that, but there was safety. Well, there is safety. But it's weird one. It's on the grip. If it's pressed, it's good to go. If it's not, it's blocked. You get the idea. Me and F instantly started covering our eyes because we didn't have glasses. I have a dioptric but I wasn't sure about it. She shot about 10 BBs before she dropped it from the high recoil Biokus. Idk. Maybe she didn't expected it. She took the NK and ran the fuck out of there. Both of us were in shock, but we were okay. Her aim was atrocious, so she didn't hit us many times. Gun was okay, it was mostly metal and sturdy plastic. It was shooting fine. My friend didn't want to bother with charges, so he let it go. We then took the BBs and other stuff and started cleaning. The next day NK came to F's doorstep. Me, opens the door. Oh. Hey kid. NK, hi. I am sorry for what happened earlier and I wanted to give you back glasses that I took before I could drop them. I am sorry. Me, it's okay kiddo. F, comes to me. Oh hey NK. NK, hello, sir. I am sorry for what happened. F, don't be. It wasn't your fault. And thanks for returning the glasses. NK, that's all then. Goodbye. I could see that he was pretty sorry for it. F, hey, if you ever wanted to shoot sometime, you are welcome. Just leave your mom home, okay? NK, laughs alright. Thank you. After that, NK sometimes came to F's house to practice. And he is starting to get good too. Well, that was all of it. Friend didn't saw M after that but sees NK sometimes. Well, thanks for reading and take care. A Karen tried to get me fired today because I didn't say hello to her precious little angel. I work in the online grocery pickup department at my local Walmart. This black car with tinted windows pulls up for an order. I go up to the car and get the woman's name thinking nothing of it. I get her order ready, but then I get stopped by one of my co-workers. My co-worker then says to me, "Let me take out the order because that lady is mad as hell at you." Apparently this woman was screaming about how she wanted me to be fired because I didn't say hello to her 3-year-old daughter. I had no clue she even had a kid in the car. As I said before, the car had tinted windows so I couldn't see into it. If the kid actually did say hello, I definitely didn't hear it. The woman gets her order and leaves. I didn't think much of the event until my boss confronted me about a very long nasty review that was written on me. To quote the review, "I just dealt with the rudest person in existence named, my name, today at Walmart. My name, is the rudest and most disgusting person I've ever met. I can't believe Walmart would hire someone like her. My precious little angel was being friendly by saying hello to, my name, but that rude bitch, my name, didn't even bat an eye at my beautiful daughter. How can someone be so heartless to an adorable 3-year-old girl? I'm glad that, my name, has an appearance that shows what an ugly person she truly is. I hope the supervisors see my review and fire that nasty, ugly, rude bitch named, my name. She is ruining Walmart's image by her being employed there. I'm applaud that Walmart would hire the rudest person alive for customer service and hope they realize that firing her is the best option." I freaked out when my boss confronted me about the review. I was terrified that I was going to lose my job. Thankfully, my boss took my side when I explained to her that I had no idea this woman even had a kid with her because I never heard or saw a kid. I will admit I'm not the most friendly person out there. I'm very introverted and my anxiety makes it harder to interact with people, but I try my absolute best to be as friendly as possible at work. I think I'm doing a pretty decent job. I've dispensed to other people who had kids who said hello to me and I've always said hello back with a smile. I would have done the same to this woman's daughter if I'd known she was there. Thankfully my boss told me not to worry about this bad review, so I'm glad she's not mad at me. I just hope that nobody with more authority than her gets mad at me about it. Make sure to like, share, subscribe if you haven't done yet. Thanks for watching.